Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gamansing. Holidays are working in the favor of taxpayers this year. Both the Virgin Islands and the District of Columbia have holidays that are similar to one another. The celebration of freedom and the Christian Holy Week may help your finances this tax season. Stephanie Brown files this report.
A holiday celebrated in Washington, D.C. is giving everyone, including taxpayers in the Virgin Islands, more time to file their taxes this year. Traditionally, tax deadlines are on April 15th of each tax year, but similar to the Virgin Islands observing the slave revolt of 1848 that is known as Emancipation Day in the territory, Washington, D.C. also celebrates their Emancipation Day, which is usually observed on April 16th.
D.C. Emancipation Day is celebrated on April 16th each year, and it's when we commemorate the historic day in 1862 when President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Compensation Act, freeing 3,185 enslaved people of African descent in the District of Columbia.
But this year, Washington, D.C., the home of the National Internal Revenue Service, celebrates the end of slavery in the District of Columbia on April 17th, giving taxpayers an extra 3 days to file their 2016 earned income. Locally, the Easter holiday has afforded Virgin Islands taxpayers a longer time frame to file their tax. Today, government and public schools have begun to observe the Holy Week, which ends on Monday. Tuesday is the last day to file taxes without incurring penalties.
That penalty is assessed at $205 per return, or 1% of the balance due. Also, if a taxpayer filing a tax return and they have a balance due, they could file an extension, Form 4868, and indicate on that form the tax liability and whatever is due.
Additionally, the Bureau's Red Hook and Nisky locations on St. Thomas, as well as the Sonia's location on St. Croix, will have extended hours from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. For News 2, I'm Stephanie Shalana Brown.
The Virgin Islands Bureau of Internal Revenue also released tips for residents filing. One tip is to make sure that Social Security numbers are provided for the taxpayer, spouse, and all dependents. Well, yesterday in St. Thomas, Governor Kenneth Mapp, as we shared, he met with members of his cabinet. Senator Neville James, that is the chairman of the 32nd Legislature's Committee on Economic Development, the local business community, and other stakeholders. The assembly was called to discuss strategies that can stimulate and attract visitors into spending more money in the territory, as well as create ideas that can garner positive experiences that will inspire cruise ship passengers to return to the territory, both on cruises and stay-over vacations. Reportedly, the governor is imploring that both the private and public sector work closely together. A task force has been assembled and is comprised of representatives from retail stores, ground transportation operators, spirits distributors, restaurants, the Virgin Islands Port Authority, the West Indian Company, the Department of Tourism, the Department of Public Works, and the Office of the Governor. Well, here's an update. The events leading up to the 2017 special elections have been a continuous legal battle with motions and lawsuits. Janelle K. Saru was the victor in the Saturday St. Thomas St. John District special elections. Originally, Saru ran 8th place in the 2017 general elections. However, Saru and another plaintiff contended in court that Kevin Rodriguez, that ran 6th place in the same election, was not a bona fide resident of the Virgin Islands. The Superior Court of the Virgin Islands ruled that because Rodriguez filed for bankruptcy in a Tennessee court and claimed residency in that state in January 2016, he could not be a bona fide resident of both Tennessee and the Virgin Islands. As such, the governor called for a special elections, and Rodriguez filed for a conjunction to stop the April 8th elections, but the elections continued. Well, today, Rodriguez attorney Francis Jackson Jr. stated that both his client and Saru have equal claim to the last seat of the 32nd Legislature, and no two-person can claim one Senate seat. And as such, his client is asking the court to stop the certification of the April 8 votes. Be sure to count on 2. We'll have an update. Well, today is Holy Thursday. Many businesses were closed throughout the territory in commemoration of the Easter celebration. Government offices, most schools, public and private, were closed from today, Holy Thursday, and will be until Easter Monday. The origins of Easter, most believe, date back to the beginnings of Christianity. The week preceding Easter is called Holy Week and includes Maundy Thursday, which commemorates Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples, Good Friday, which honors the day of his crucifixion, and Holy Saturday, which focuses on the transition between the crucifixion and resurrection. Many worldwide gather for this major holiday for the religion to feast, attend church services, and hunt Easter eggs. Easter Sunday marks the end of Lent, which is a 40-day period of fasting and reflection. Good Friday and the Easter holiday. In addition to today, all offices of the Virgin Islands government will be closed on Friday and Monday. Normal office hours will resume on Tuesday, April 18th. Well, it's a law on the VI books for years. The Good Friday alcohol ban. Title I of the VI Code prohibits bar and restaurant owners from serving liquor between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Good Friday. Some think the law is outdated. Here's more. It's a law on the VI's books for years. The Good Friday alcohol ban. Title I of the VI Code prohibits bar and restaurant owners from serving liquor between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Good Friday.
The department would like to remind the general public of the existence of a statutory prohibition on the sale by restaurants and bars of any drinks that are made with distilled liquors. When we talk about distilled liquors, we're talking about brandy, whiskey, rum, and vodka.
But some think that law is outdated. While it is against the law to serve alcohol during Good Friday, it's still okay to purchase it from stores.
So that between the hours of 9 a.m. on Good Friday and 4 p.m. on Good Friday, bars and restaurants are prohibited from selling any types of drinks, serving any type of drinks that are made up of any distilled liquors. After 4 o'clock on Good Friday, the prohibition ends, and they are free to once again serve the general public with those types of alcoholic beverages.
The VI is one of the few places that observe an alcohol ban on Good Friday. It's not done in the U.S. But countries like Australia and Ireland still enforce a liquor ban, including the sale of alcohol on that day. Some feel the choice should be left up to the individual instead of the law. Breaking the law carries penalties and possible jail time.
The code says that whoever violates this subsection shall be fined not more than $200 or imprisoned for a year or both. So there's a financial penalty, but there's also a possibility of jail time for violation of this provision of the statute.
Now, the law is often a source of confusion because different people interpret it in different ways. Again, there will be no consumption of alcoholic beverages allowed at bars or restaurants between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. That includes liquor, beer, and wine. Alcoholic beverages can still be bought at stores and consumed according to normal VI law. Keeping our eye on the economy, let's take a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. According to the numbers there, we can see everything down. The Dow down 138, NASDAQ 31, S&P 500 down 15. Coming up on NEWS2, we have some more Easter events you may want to add on your calendar. Grab your Easter baskets and stay tuned. We'll share some Easter events for the young ones and events for the adults as well. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Innovative Choice customers, here are some important dates to note. The Better Together team of Innovative and Choice Wireless employees will be physically coming together at the Tutu Park location in St. Thomas on April 19th. And to prepare for the grand unveiling of the new brand and customer experience center, the Havenside Mall location was permanently closed April 13. Vice President of Public Relations and Governmental Affairs Jennifer Matarangas-King said this has been in the works over the last 10 months, and she said many of our customers have multiple services, and we will be unveiling a customer experience center that will excite you while providing the products and services you have been requesting for your communication and entertainment needs. Now, the grand reveal of the new name of the merged company is expected to be made at the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony at the Tutu Park location on St. Thomas. Again, that's Wednesday, April 19th at 9 a.m. Innovative Choice's business offices and wireless retail stores will have abbreviated business hours on Tuesday, April 18th. Instead of the company's standard opening time on St. Thomas of 8 a.m., the business office and retail store at Tutu Park Mall in St. Thomas and the marketplace in St. John will be opening promptly at 10 a.m. to facilitate an important early morning company meeting for St. Thomas and St. John employees. The offices on St. Croix will open at 8 a.m. However, they will be closing at 3 p.m. to facilitate the company meeting for St. Croix employees. And just a quick note to all of our viewers, there will be a change in programming due to the Good Friday holiday. News 2 will be preempted by a special Caribbean Passport. News 2 will be back on air on Monday at 7 p.m. and 11. Again, News 2 will be preempted by Caribbean Passport at 7 p.m. on Good Friday. UVI is presenting a free lecture on Virgin Islanders who have made significant contributions to the history of the territory. Presenters who will tell their history include Jerville Larson, Hans Loetz, Stanley Jacobs, Dr. Dante Galibert, Dr. Donald Nelthrop on St. Croix, and in St. Thomas is Dr. Gilbert Sproul, Joseph Sibley Jr., Dr. Gwen Marie Molinar, Dr. Orville Ken, Ronald Lockhart as well. This series is named in honor of Dr. Alfred Heath, who is a UVI trustee emeritus and chair of the Foundation for UVI. On St. Croix, it's going to be held on Tuesday, April 18th, 6 p.m. at Great Hall, Albert Sheen Campus. St. Thomas, it's Wednesday, April 19th, 6 p.m. at the Administration and Conference Center. Something else to mark on the calendar, the 2017 Virgin Islands Literary Festival and Book Fair that will honor its founder, Dr. Simon Jones Hendrickson, as part of its third annual event. Dr. Jones Hendrickson, a former dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Science at the University of the Virgin Islands, is being recognized. The festival will also pay tribute to Nobel Prize winner Derek Walcott, who is also a member of the Caribbean Writers Editorial Advisory Board. The events include the opening reception and meet and greet with the writers, the book Bacchanal in Frederiksted, and presentations. Interested persons may register and pay online at USVILitFest.com, and we will have more on that next week. Time for our Carnival Corner, and we are sharing our Carnival schedule with you. Saturday, April 15th, it's the Queen Selection Show, 8 p.m. at Atlanta Roberts Stadium. And the Queen stopped by to share a little bit and to, introduce themselves to you. Here's more.
Greetings to one and all. I am your Virgin Islands Carnival Queen contestant number 1, Anakia Marie Hatchett.
Hi, I am Kirisa Chesterfield, Virgin Islands Carnival Queen contestant number 2.
Hi, I am Aminisha Zule Bailey, contestant number 3 for Virgin Islands Carnival Queen 2017.
Greetings, I am Kalina Nilsson, your Carnival Queen contestant number 4.
Greetings, I am Mary Alice Krista Prosper, your Virgin Islands Carnival Queen contestant number 5.
The 65th Carnival celebration means a lot to me. It shows us where we were, where we are now, and where we're going. Thank you. Being a Carnival legacy, Carnival has always been one of my favorite aspects of the Virgin Islands culture. Therefore, the 65th anniversary means a celebration of food, music, and dance. Thank you.
The 65th Carnival celebration serves as a reminder that regardless of the issues we face during the year, there's always one season where we can come together to celebrate who we are and what we've always been. Thank you.
The greatest contribution I can give to my school is to raise funds for the music department. Not enough funds are given to foster the musicians, dancers, and singers.
65th anniversary of Carnival means to me that the Virgin Islands has come a long way in bringing together the community to celebrate.
As Vice President of the preeminent class of 2017, I would encourage my parents to continue to excel always at the Charlotte Amalia High School.
The 65th Carnival celebration represents our growth as a community. It's been 65 years celebrating our music and culture.
Come on out on April 15th,
8 p.m. sharp
At the Lionel Roberts Stadium.
be there.
Or don't be anywhere.
It's all about TV2.
Thanks for that, young ladies, and we wish you all the best. Of course, we'll announce our winner, and be sure to go out and support the young ladies. Great job there. Let's take a look at what's coming up again also this weekend. And then the very next day, it's the young ones. They hit the red carpet for the Toddlers Derby. That starts at 4 p.m. That event also includes the Best Dressed Doll competition and the traditional games. On Monday, April 17th, the Royal Leicester Schneider Hospital's lobby area will be transformed for the annual pre-carnival celebration at 6 p.m. Then Tuesday, April 18th, the Junior Calypso competition. That kicks off at 8 p.m. also at the Lionel Roberts Stadium. Well, here are two more Easter events you can add to your calendar. On St. Croix, there will be a hunt for Easter eggs at the St. George Village Botanical Garden in Frederickstead, St. Croix on Saturday, 10 a.m. So head out there with your baskets. Also, the Salvation Army of St. Thomas, they're inviting you to listen to the live sounds from Copenhagen. The Copenhagen Temple Band will perform a tradition that started for many years. They have been serving more than 125 years. Formed in 1892, it is the oldest brass band in Denmark. They have toured many places in the world, and now you can see them live at the Praia de Lec Hall at Antilles at 7 p.m. on April 15th. And here's another event that's being hosted by the VIPD.
The Virgin Islands Police Department Chief's Office invite you to Easter Family Fun Day. That's Easter Monday, this coming Monday, April 17th, at the Joseph Gomez Elementary School from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a day for the community residents to get to know the police chief and other officers. There'll be lots of food, fun, games, and socializing. All are welcome. Chief Marsh on the grill, Sergeant Lima with spoon racing, Captain Jarvis on the go-go kart, Lieutenant Connier doing double dutch, Officer Matthews and Officer Ray on lime and spoon, tug of war, kickball, volleyball, dog and bone, Easter egg hunt, and lots more.
Not enough on your calendar? Well, Emmett shares some events for those looking for something to do during the Easter break. Here's your weekend guide.
Ready. It's another episode. Then be out on the road. This is what we love to celebrate, This is not Hollywood.
You have until midnight tonight to register to win 2 free tickets to see Justin Bieber live in Puerto Rico. That's airfare and hotel accommodation. Come on, it's a free getaway to Puerto Rico, but only one way you can get it. You got to enter to win. Innovative and choice, better together. Virgin Gorda Festival celebrates its Golden Jubilee, and it's going to be mass. Friday night, they have our very own international stars, Rock City, along with Viban and Styley. And grand headlining of it all is reggae star Jack Cure. Saturday, there's the Calypso show, and then there's the lady herself, Miss Bacchanal, Lucy Destra Garcia. And Sunday, they get a Rise and Shine tramp, followed by the parade, and then in the village, closing it off, is going to be Asa Banton. As for the USVI, Cool Session Brass, alongside Asa Banton, is aboard the General 2. That's right, it's a big boat ride called Go Hard or Go Home Part 3. It's Easter weekend. Tutu Park Mall invites the entire family for an afternoon of fun. Face painting, bounce houses, music, musical chairs, and so much more. It's an Easter Wonderland celebration at Tutu Park Mall. Saturday night, who will be crowned Queen of Carnival 2017? Following the Queen show, there's so much parties for you to choose from. First, there's the Grown and Sexy. It's a CD release party. Also, it's Cool Session, live and direct at Illusions Nightclub. If you feel like a switch of pace, there's every artist down at Crush Nightclub. From Styley to Poison to Chateau Rancho. Listen, it's called Soca Mania. Only one way to enjoy it, you got to be in the place. Sunday, it's the Family Fun Day and traditional games at the Lionel Roberts Stadium. The after party or the place you want to be on Sunday night Tonight is Virgin Havens. For who? Versatile Band. Virgin Havens, where you always get great meals, beautiful bartenders, and the best party in town. Listen, this is your Fet Guide 2017. Every Tuesday, we're going to tell you what to look forward to for Carnival 2017. Stay tuned.
Thanks for that, Emmett. Now let's take a look quickly at the weather to see what we can expect outdoors. We'll be right back with the weather.
We have a cold front just north of the islands, and this is creating some cloudy conditions to the north of us, and it's going to bring a cold front through our area tomorrow night. Right now, we can just see a little bit of precipitation over Puerto Rico, but over the islands, it's pretty dry, maybe just a passing shower, and that's how it's going to look for the next couple of days. Tonight, your overnight forecast is 74 degrees for your low temperature, partly cloudy skies. Looking at your forecast for tomorrow, St. John 83 degrees with a shower or two, and in St. Thomas 83 with a passing shower as well, and in St. Croix 85 degrees also with a passing shower or two, and those showers may pick up just a bit on your Saturday. Looking at your Atlantic forecast for your marine forecast, the waves 1 to 3 feet, wind out of the east from 5 to 10 knots. In the Caribbean, 1 to 3 feet, winds southeast 5 to 10 knots, and we don't have any small craft advisories, but that could pick up over the weekend as we're going to see heavier winds and waves increase, so that will specifically be on Saturday. Showers 82 degrees. Sunday, spotty showers, temperatures remain at 82. On Monday, it's going to be 83 degrees, but those showers are going to continue, and Tuesday is going to be your driest day of the week, 83 degrees, and of course we could still have a couple of showers pass through the region. Back to you, Cindy.
Thank you. Time for our News 2 weather picture there by Soniel Melendez, first grader. Very talented there for a first grader. Ricardo Richards Elementary School. Looks like a farm with many different types of animals and outdoors. Sonia, very creative. Thank you for that. Send us your News 2 weather picture to the address on the screen. Be sure to include all the info we need and then tune in to see it right here on News 2. And that is all for this edition of News 2. On behalf of all of us here at News 2, to you and your family, have a great Easter weekend. We will see you on Monday. I'm Sandra Guman Singh. Have a wonderful one.